Hi, I'm Susan Wilson, and this is my new book, and I'm really, really proud of it. As some of you know, I'm the house historian of the Omni Parker House, and this is the brand new book, Heaven by Hotel Standards, The History of the Omni Parker House. Now, the Omni Parker House is the oldest continuously operating hotel in the United States. It opened back in 1855, and everybody who's anybody, not to mention everybody who's nobody, has stayed there. It's an awesome place. The title is Heaven by Hotel Standards. Now, what does that mean? Well, one of the hundreds and hundreds of famous people who have stayed over the years at the Parker House was Samuel Clemens, who you know as Mark Twain. It was in 1877, and he was going to be interviewed by a Globe reporter. So the Globe reporter is shuttled into the door by a porter, and he sees Twain's back in this big swiveling chair. Smoke coming out of the cigar, newspaper in hand. Twain twirls around, looks at the Globe reporter and says, "As you can see, I'm pretty much in heaven. Not theologically, of course, but by hotel standards." And that's where we got the name of this book. It took me about 2 years of mostly full-time work, but before that I'd been working on the Parker House for almost 20 years, taking photos, writing stories, interviewing people, and all of this came together in this new volume. It's really, really fun. Did you know, for example, that Ho Chi Minh was a great baker? Now, many people remember Ho Chi Minh because he was such a great nationalist and spreader of communism around the world. That's what he's known for. Number two was his baking skills. Just really, really important. Emeril worked here from 79 to 81. Okay, Emeril, you know, was a sous chef here long before he was the famous Emeril. But lots of other stories. John Wilkes Booth stayed here. His brother was an even more famous actor than he was, Edwin Booth. Edwin was playing in town at one of the local theaters. John Wilkes came to see him, and while he was there, had a gun with him and was practicing pistol practice. 8 days later, he went to Washington and assassinated Lincoln. That all happened here. There are loads of stories about food, Parker House rolls, how Eleanor Roosevelt got the secret out of the Parker House so she could make them at the White House, and things all the way up to the modern day, how big band music got its revival at the Parker House when the Winokur Band became their house band for 14 years at the last hurrah. So I hope you can grab a copy of this. It'll be available online in bookstores, and there'll be some information at the end of this video as to how you can get a hold of this. Have fun. It's a blast. It's a really great journey.